Hi, this is eftcty Scoop on Universal Electric Water Cooler here. And this one here says what it is here, it got two switches for hot and cold. This is ESA approved here. As you're wondering here, it got a hot and cold water tank. This is the hot water heater. It got two elements on it. Top one, two elements, left and bottom element. And over here, you have your tank in that cold water. Now this down here is the relay, but also serves as power to circulate. Now the lines here, the blue ones go to your that white and blue go to your circulating pump. So there's a pump in here that circulates water, of course. Then there's, without it you can't do it. And this is a cold water tank here. Now this here is your back coil. Down here you got a compressor like you have in a refrigerator. Small compressor that. And that small compressor is a Canadian-made compressor, believe it or not. A surprise. Cooler bottom in Taiwan, compressors made here in Canada by a actually funny compressor made in Stony Creek, Ontario. Hamilton, believe it or not. Okay, that means probably it's the Delco steel. Now, I have to go up. These are lines here that run down to your compressor. They run up here, and then they feed into here to the relay here, which is a controlled relay. You got circ lines, you got the water lines, and this here is the water tank. This is a water tank, 1.5 gallons. This is about 1 gallon here. So I'll take 2 gallons out of a 5-gallon bottle just to fill it. When you buy a cooler brand new, do not turn these switches on here. When first buy it, leave them off. Put your bottle on. Allow the water to bubble up. It will bubble up like normal. Once it bubbles up in there, it's going to go down to about here. That's how much water is in the cooler. That's how much water is actually in your cooler. So when you do that, remember that, because you gotta let your tank fill first. Once your tanks are filled, then step 2 is that you cannot get water or hot water tank, so you plug the cooler in. Once you plug it in hydro, do not turn this switch on and turn the switch on. Now start the hot water tank here. One hot water tank going. Open your valve in the front. Allow the water to come out. Once it comes out, then you know it purged. Then you open the cold water, allow cold water to come out. Once that come out, you know it purged. Once that happens, then it's safe. Then you wait about an hour before turning the switch on. Cool switch for the compressor on. You gotta let the cooling gas to settle because the compressor sits on a delicate mount. Being it's a universal electric cooler, I'm going to show you the front of it now. But it's good to put these here, the slots inside here for cooling and that. Good to put the slot for cooling here on the side. That's good here because that allows a lot of air into the compressor area. On both sides you got it here, because it's good. It's aluminum, of course. This is probably more like the Fasco aluminum to me. That's the good old Hamilton Fasco steel. Front of the cooler here, you got your hot light, and you got your cold light. Then you got your water cold tap and a hot tap. This here is very hot water. Very, very, very hot. A lot hotter than hot enough to make a hot cup of coffee in the morning. And this below here is the storage compartment. Not a refrigeration or that, a storage compartment only. You use that storage stuff when you want to. But, you know, I don't use it too much. That storage compartment only, not a refrigerator compartment, a storage compartment. So remember that. On top of that, you got your thing at the bottom here. Put your bottle on the bottom. Here's the bottle, allow the water in, which is good. Not everybody bought it because it's separate tanks. They're separate. Now, storing the water, most coolers, you're storing the water up here. The reservoir, which is, they waste a lot of hydro in the long run, and then you don't have a tank inside. This having tank inside, separate hot water heater, this way you save, after the cooler, you 5 times less hydro that way than a conventional water cooler can use. The old one used more hydro than this one's using. This one here used 10 times less hydro. The neat thing about it, the compressor doesn't go until midnight. And this one, they do in the off-peak hours, pressure runs more in off-peak hours than daytime hours. Because they did that. It's a great thing, Universal Electrics. They put a pretty damn good electric motor out and pretty good stuff out in over the time. But I think with Universal Electric too, is they have a really good damn cooler out, and they're very easy to get parts. And I go to Stony Creek to warehouse and get any parts for this one. That's easy to get, because they don't have to go all the way out to Atwell Drive to get parts. I go to South Silver and Stony Creek to buy the parts. I don't know what they own over there they are. But they can buy these at Hart Department Store or your favorite retailer, or maybe more than happy to sell you one. Universal Electrics. They're made overseas, son, but they have to sell you one. And it's good too. Oh yeah, another one too. See the drip tray here? This is removable. Clean that out. You can put it back in again. Put a drip tray in, this side drip tray in, the other side in like that. I don't make it click. Back in again. Pretty straight basic. So, if you see, it's just not a bad cooler. I bought this $89 Hertz, $101 for it works out eftcty in Canada. Taxes may vary from country to country, so if you're ever in another country, remember, Universal Electric put a pretty damn good cooler out, I'll tell you that. I wish they had more information online about it, but I don't. Very little, I'm not online about it here. There's very little online. Very little online about it. Oh, not much. I did find online for really good other products, like drinking fountains and stuff out. And that, but it was like, they put a pretty good drinking fountain out. And they put a damn good water cooler out too. Now another thing I'll show you on this too. This here is your thermostat. Turns the temperature up and down. And you got vice versa. But remember, the thermostat only gonna go to cold. The thing gonna go colder, 42 Fahrenheit. Can't get any colder than that. And it got neat energy saving features on it. So that insulated tank, into hot water heater. Plus, this cooler will save you about usually less than 5 kilowatts an hour. Estimated time, 5 kilowatts, but less than 1 kilowatt an hour by average means. So you by month, wait month will cost you about maybe $1 a month to operate this cooler in hydro bill. This concludes this video.